Okay, this is my version of a Hammond AO-44 reverb amplifier converted to a guitar amplifier. You know, there are quite a few other examples of this amplifier out on the internet, so I won't get into a lot of the details, but I'll just show you some things that I did differently uh, than others have done. And the story on this thing is I was at a garage sale, and it was just an old lady sitting there at a garage sale, having a garage sale. And as I was leaving, she said, "Is there anything else you're looking for?" I said, "Yeah, I would like to find some guitar amplifiers." And she goes, "Oh, okay, just hold on just a minute." And she called her husband, Dan, out, and Dan took me inside his house, and he had a sunroom that was just lined up with old vintage tube guitar amplifiers. He probably had, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 Gibson and Fender guitar amplifiers back there. And I actually bought one. I bought one of the Gibsons from him, and he threw in a bunch of things with it, including some new speakers, this amplifier, another Hammond tube amplifier, some Epiphone cabinets, and just a lot of parts that he was trying to, just get rid of some extra stuff. He took me out to his shed and gave me a bunch of parts and things. So I actually ended up getting this for free after I purchased a Gibson tube amplifier from the 60s from him. I just added input jack. This switch right here is I added a boost pedal inside the amplifier. I got basically a gain control for the boost circuit, volume control, pilot light. There's output, on off, and a fuse, and of course a 3-wire power cord. On the amplifier itself, I really didn't make that many changes. I built the frame. Basically, I just housed the chassis, just mounted the chassis on it's just a piece of oak, and made the sides out of the same oak. I basically just used the remnants of a CD, of an old CD stand, CD case, and just cut it down to fit this chassis, and then I put some expanded metal sheet around it. Okay, this is the schematic that I found online for this thing. It looks like 4 tubes, but it's really there's a triode and a pentode in each tube. To like a dual thing. It's a triode and a pentode in each one, so it's 2 tubes. It originally had a transistor here, and I just basically did away with all this and made my input right here to this. It says ECL86 on the chassis, but it's the same as a 6GW8. I originally tried to use the input that went through the transistor, but it was really noisy. I think it's a germanium transistor, so I think there was possibly something wrong with the transistor. The other tube it says EZ81 on the chassis, but it's the same apparently as a 6CA4, just a dual rectifier tube, dual diode rectifier, so it gives you full wave rectification. And then, as I said, I added a boost circuit to mine just to give it a little bit more gain on the input. This is what the boost pedal that's inside of there is based upon, this DBD buff boost. I just designed a little bit different schematic online. It uses a TL-072 op amp, and then had the circuit board sent to me, and then I populated it and put it into the amplifier. To make the boost circuit, I just went to Easy EDA, just easyeda.com, and I had my schematic, so I just entered it in, and then you push a button, and a few days later you'll get a box. It cost about, I think it was about $20, including shipping, for 20 circuit boards. And in about 2 weeks you'll get your circuit boards in the mail. At the time I was really building a boost pedal. I wanted the boost pedal for something else I was working on, but when I was working on this amp, I thought, well, that'd be pretty cool to build the boost pedal in the amplifier. So that's what I did. This tube, this G6GW8, it has an amplification factor of 100, which is the same as a 12AX7. Got a triode and a pentode in one tube. So essentially what you've got is a 12AX7 and two similar to two 6V6s, because you've got the two triodes and two pentodes essentially. So basically I just came in right here, just did away with all this. It had also a some light bulbs in there, and I really didn't know what that was when I was working on it, but it's this right here. It was some kind of compression circuit, and actually that looks kind of cool. It has two light bulbs that your signal would go through, so it's a compressor. Someday I'd like to try to dig those light bulbs up. I'm sure I still got the parts. Put that back in there and see if I can make it so it's switchable, so you can use the compressor. I'd like to test that. But at the time I was just interested in getting a guitar amplifier that worked, and I didn't really want to mess around with it. So for the tube shields, I just got some of this disposable grill topper. It's just, I think it's aluminum. It's really thin aluminum, expanded metal sheeting. Oh, look at there. And then you can get it where you get everything else, but it seemed to really cut down on the noise. Okay, I've just got it hooked up to my shop speaker here. It's just a 12-inch Fender speaker. I'm using the Wolfgang. About 1/3 of the way up on volume. Really nice clean tone. Up a little bit. watts that is, but I would say it's probably in the I don't know, 10 to maybe 12 watts. Turn it all the way up and get really crazy. Got a really good sound. And then I've got my boost circuit in here. It works as a buffer when it's off, and when you turn it on, it just boosts the signal, the input signal a little bit. I don't know if you can tell that on the camera, but just a little bit louder. What do you think, Leroy?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah.
I've actually got a couple more of these Hammond amplifiers waiting to be converted into guitars. You know, these people are just throwing these away. These old organs, nobody wants them. You know, they're just throwing them into the dump, basically. So if you can rescue one of these things, it makes a great guitar amplifier.